In the landscape of figure photography, one group strived for tangible and dynamic displays.
No time to explain, get in the rows!
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is filmed in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers just like you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We officially back at it. This is, unfortunately for you and me and Rick, not Boog Nice. This is, in fact, Popster 360 coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 275, if my ears and eyes are to be believed.
275?
Yeah, I got my boy for now with me. It's Rick Dom 2345.
Oh.
Cheesy is hosting remotely. Boog Nice will be along shortly. We took a little week break, but we back. What's up, Rick?
Hey, what's up? It's Baba Booey. What's going on? Not much, man. Living life. It's getting less warm over here. That's nice.
Fall becomes right.
Been on a bit of a Lorcana kick. Been after these Lorcanas cards. Me and Punch. He'd say me too if he was here. But he's not here. Yeah, we've been hunting those. Really funny. I had I wish Pancho was here so you could hear this, but I had a jingle all the way moment at Barnes and Noble. I walk in because Pancho wanted me to pick something up for him. And I go like, do you guys still have any of those Lorcana decks? And he's like, Lorcana decks? I was like, the cards? Some guy from behind the counter goes, you're talking about the hottest trading card game in the world right now? And I was like, yeah. He goes like, sold out, bud. Long sold out. And I was just like, well, what the hell? Like, it's like am I getting filmed right now? Am I getting punked? Like, why did he sound exactly like the guy from Jingle All the Way? Taunting Arnold for the Turbo Man. It's pretty wild.
Just now, huh? Wow.
I mean, Disney...
You made yourself look real foolish, Rick.
What a fool was I. Man, Disney adults are just, they're no fucking joke.
Which is why it's crazy Pancho found any.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. These cards are just, they're so popular. And they're really sick. They're really, really nice in person. Think you're going to dip your toes in that? Or it's a little too cartoony for you, huh? You can't dive into that? What do you think?
I mean, it's pretty much cartoons. Yeah, it's cartoons TCG, right?
Cartoon TCG, baby.
I'm not a big Diz nerd, as it were. And
nerdier,
kind of like, I'm just a little burnt out on children's card games at the moment. Also took a step back from Magic. I hadn't even buy like the last 2 bundles or whatever that came out. It's preview season for Wilds of Eldraine right now, and I'm just like, I'm cool. I'm not really. Maybe it's the move. Maybe it's that I don't have like my roommate that I used to play with all the time, so I don't really have that like, community aspect of it that keeps you in any hobby. And
it's funny.
Last time I went to my card shop because this one dude was using like this most OP deck on game 1 casual. So I don't know. I was just like, okay, this is not a place to make friends. People are here to be cutthroat.
They don't want to fucking lose.
No, you get packs per kill or whatever. So yeah, I get that. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like that community aspect isn't something I really have for Magic or trading card games at the moment. So I'm kind of letting it lapse, as it were.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been seeing people online like, let's hope that this shit keeps failing and that they sell. But I don't think people understand just how great the return is for trading cards. They're fractions of a penny to produce, and it's like they'd have to sell nothing for them to fail and to want to sell. Like I've been seeing a lot of people like complain like, well, hopefully they just sell it and they don't want to do it because they sold off the TV division not that long ago. Like, well, now they know they can't do movies and TV. Maybe they'll realize they can't do cards, but like the returns are just so good. I remember my local comic book shop owner would always complain because he claimed he used to work at Wizards of the Coast and he knew how insignificant the investment is for them and how great their return is. He used to get so annoyed. And just shit. One of those people that just shit talks every single corporation imaginable.
Oh, nice.
Let me tell you something about Target. You like to shop at Target? Like,
did you know that In-N-Out Burger donates to anti-gay groups?
Every time I'm there and I'm there to buy something TCG related, it's like, thanks for not being a sucker and buying at Target or Walmart. Little did he know I went there first. But he'd always give me like that shit. Like, let me tell you something. I used to work with it. I used to live. My roommate used to work at Wizards of the Coast, and you would be shocked to know how much they pay to produce that stuff.
Yeah, but Jade brought up a good point. Like, is it just hype or is the game actually good?
Lorcana? You know what? It's so hard. It's funny. I was talking to Pancho the other day. Like, the only people I know that play it are fucking Disney adults. If anybody knows a Disney adult is you can't trust them. They'll fucking buy anything and love anything. Anything that's Disney, they'll act like it's amazing. They'll act like it's incredible. So it's hard to know. Pancho's getting into it. He's going to play. I'm assuming he's going to play with his wife, and they're going to kind of learn together. And I'd love to hear his thoughts whenever he gets into the game. Really,
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, huh? It's really because Tyler's in the chat saying the same thing. It's really like a card game you play with your girlfriend, and you both are Disney fans. It's like
yeah.
I like that, or your significant other,
Yeah, it's like a good couples series. Like, especially like if you're a Magic the Gathering fan and you like Disney, but your girlfriend loves Disney. Yeah, it's like, hey, look at where we can meet in the middle.
Right.
You can get a shiny princess here, huh?
If they're unwilling to learn Magic, you can meet them in the middle with this. Okay.
Exactly, and then maybe you can drag them into Magic once Lorcana dies.
It's a really, really good demographic to hit for sure. Hope they carve out that little niche, Yeah,
they're great looking cards. Like visually, they're fantastic looking cards. So we'll see.
Card art.
They do have a little bit of an issue right now where they're hollows, foils, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They're a little dark. I don't know why, especially like in comparison to their non-foil, non-hollow counterparts.
Yeah.
Those are much brighter, so I'm sure they're gonna fix it, going forward. But they're a little dark. They're a little on the dark side, but they're really nice. They're great artists behind it. I mean, it's Disney. If there's one thing Disney does is they get good artists.
Well, very good. Glad you're enjoying Lorcana. You and Pancho both being Lorcanists. I'm enjoying watching it from afar. What else is new? I don't know. I mean, we took that week off. We should probably clarify is because Pancho was in that big old hurricane up on the East Coast.
Yeah. Last week, thankfully, it didn't hit that hard, but what sucked that he said that he'd lost power either way. So that really sucked.
Yeah, by Friday they were good, but they still had no power apparently, which is why we didn't. We skipped both days. So here we are. That was like our little mini summer break, if you want to call it that. Podcasters need vacays too, and in that week, not much changing here. I'm getting ready to move all this stuff and go downstairs and set up the toy room once again. So, very excited about that. I had Rick, Art with Toys, help me out with the unloading of the detolfs from my storage over the weekend. So that was real cool for him to, take one day of Labor Day weekend, come help me unload. And this man put me and my friend Nick to shame. This man just palmed basically an entire detolf in one hand while he and I are two-manning it up the stairs. He's just like, here you go.
Damn,
Man's man, this Art with Toys.
Did you test him? Make sure he's not a secret superhero in disguise, or
dude?
You're like, oh no, a cinder block is falling, Rick, and then have him like,
He caught all the pieces of it as it shattered, like Toby with the tray in the lunchroom.
Shout out to that not being CGI and it taking him almost like 300 takes to do it. That's awesome to learn.
Amazing. So yeah, I got the furniture in place, but I need to like do some handiwork to like get a lot of stuff to fit, because I have like the Billy bookcases from IKEA, and like the curvature, like the cutout or whatever for the crown molding on the bottom of the shelves is like too small. It's like a 2-inch crown molding, but mine are like kind of 3. So I got to get in there with like a Dremel or some kind of rotary saw and like sand it down to be able to fit the walls, because they're really trying to like lean forward, and that's dangereux, you know. So be doing all that slowly. I'm trying not to like kill myself, especially after like doing it over the weekend. Plus I'm going to see Ghost, in fact, next week, so that'll be very fun.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, I saw your shirt that I saw somebody at a concert for Ghost the other day, and I was like, oh shit, I wonder if Fab's gonna go.
Yeah, we have the last 2 dates of the tour. We're going the second to last technically, but it was at the time that we got the tickets the last day of the tour. We're going to be observing September 11th down there I think it's at the Forum, and then I guess that one sold out really quick, and they added another show on the 12th. But they had a bunch of openers for the rest of the tour, and then our 2 dates in LA are not going to have openers. It's going to be like a no cell phones allowed kind of thing. I don't know if they're going to make you check it in.
No spin zone, huh?
It's going to be a total no spin zones kind of environment, media blackout. So who knows what could happen? Will they introduce the newest incarnation of Papa Emeritus and kill off the current one? Will they
revival, right, of the old one? Is that what everybody's thinking?
Maybe it could be Papa Neil coming back too. Who knows? Anything could happen. I think they're going to be filming the live DVD, which would be pretty sick. Love to see that.
Make sure to flash the camera. They'll keep you in there. They'll put you in it.
That's literally why they don't want that. If they hand out anything, it'll be like, I don't know what they did at the Taylor Swift show, where you pull the tab and you have the little glowing bracelet. Was that at Taylor Swift or was that at Beyonce? I don't know, but either way, it's been like a month of just crazy concerts at SoFi. I don't know. No, I guess we were off, but the week we were off was the week after I'd been to Metallica over at SoFi. And that was amazing. Like, holy shit.
Like 2 nights, right?
2 nights at SoFi, Metallica. This is my like 4th and 5th time seeing them or something. Holy shit. What an amazing couple of nights. Night 1 was like great. What?
Smelting or?
No. I did. I guess I liked night 2 better, just because they played like way more shit that was like, what? They played this, like they played something off of Saint Anger, and I unironically like lost my shit. It was awesome. Dirty Window. Boog's here. What's good? Just talking about our week. Yeah, man. Night 2 was incredible. Just a couple of really awesome nights. And then right afterwards, we were like, oh shit, Ghost is in 2 weeks. So, yeah, this coming Monday. Very excited for that. Going with Kyle again. My Ghost master vampire, as I call it. Like, he has his own master vampire, but that's the guy who like introduced us to it. And then if he dies, everybody else down the bloodline that he infected also dies. So yeah, really, really stoked. This will be second time seeing them, and I actually have become a big fan of them since. So I'm excited to like go and actually know the catalog and know the songs, and that's my favorite thing to do at concerts, is just fucking belt the entire time, knowing all the words and just fucking losing it, headbanging.
Something crazy
out of my hair the next day from headbanging too much.
Did you throw your bra on the stage?
What's up?
Did you throw your bra on the stage?
If I was wearing one, yeah, I would.
He's on some Drake concert shit, that. You know what's nuts is I was gonna send it to you the other day, but a couple days ago I found myself I guess now it's vintage, a vintage Metallica tour shirt. Not that vintage. From 2004.
Oh, Madly in Anger with the World Tour. Fuck yeah.
Madly in Anger with the World. Godsmack is on the back of the shirt.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let me get that.
It's a puss head graphic on the front.
Oh, say less. Say less.
Go with the bones, baby.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Dude, I got a couple of shirts, but the one I wanted was the new Pusshead one with the current tour graphic and like the itinerary on the back and stuff. But of course, basic as hell. Everybody wants that one.
Yeah, everybody wants the Pusshead graphic.
Pusshead is the classic Metallica art. So, and Haunted Dreams for sure, dude. There was a bunch of videos that came out of Jason Momoa just like killing it in the snake pit, dude. Just moshing it with the everyman. Well, actually, they wouldn't be the everyman if they're in the snake pit, too. But
anybody know who he was, or were they just like, oh no,
yeah, for sure, dude. That's why they were taking videos because Jason Momoa was there, like moshing, dude, throwing elbows, fucking throwing kicks. It was crazy. What a guy!
This J-Dog.
Yeah, both nice.
Boog, tell us about the time since we've been gone.
Boog.
I don't know. I did a lot of stuff. This past weekend, I was down in Maryland. We had our engagement party out there, so that was pretty hectic leading up to that and all the planning and this and that. But it turned out nice. Family, friends, everybody was there. Actually, Danny and Ed was there, so that was cool. Yeah. It was really nice for them to come. My brother and my sister, everybody was there. Everybody's from Ashley's family obviously was there. But yeah, that was a lot to drive down and back and this and that and my parents, and it was good though. I had a really good time with my parents actually. So that was cool. Kendall was there obviously. Yeah, so that's been going on, and then still trying to keep up with the news. Haven't really been keeping up with everything else. Mostly just been checking in on the Marvel Legends stuff, to be honest. But I am aware of what's happening, I guess. But yeah, just been busy, man. Just been moving a mile a minute. Haven't really had an opportunity to kind of like relax. I want to relax,
I feel that. I feel like I've been pretty like unplugged from the toy world for a minute. I was kind of hoping there'd be a big lull after San Diego, but now things are kind of gearing up for New York. So
yeah, shit's picking up. It's picking up. I want to actually just sit down and play with my toys a bit. Honestly, I just want to
for real, dude. Well, I was telling Rick, I'm getting ready to put my toy room back together and stuff. So there'll be a little bit of a building process. I want to see if I can either vlog or stream, as much of it as possible once I get the actual desk and everything down there. But yeah. Good time to go subscribe to my channel. But the other thing I've been doing, if I may, I finally beat Baldur's Gate 3, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Excellent. 116 hours on a 2-player campaign. And honestly, we could have gone to 120. We could have done a little more just standing around or looking for the dismembered clown's body parts in the lower city.
Who was your doubles team member? Who was that?
My buddy Nick, who's like one of my best friends from high school, probably my actual best friend from high school. We fucking have been playing RPGs like since then. This was back in the days where we both just had Oblivion, and we'd bring like TVs to each other's houses and just play single player Oblivion like in separate games next to each other.
LAN parties,
baby. That into Skyrim or the Fallout series and just all RPGs since. I got him into some craft back in the day.
I don't know what that is.
Is that me?
Maybe so. I don't know. Are you driving?
Hold on, let me mute myself. No, I'm in a room with a fan on. Let me mute myself and see if it's me.
Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, dude, we fucking crushed it. Haunted Dreams started BG3 today. You were in for a treat, sir. I've already started. We actually started our second playthrough already. Our first playthrough, we were like, good, we named ourselves the Sense of Right Alliance. Do you get that reference, Bo? It's a toy reference.
No, sorry.
Man. I guess you're not as plugged into
the
bootleg world as I am.
It's a bootleg toy reference.
Yeah. We're the Sense of Right Alliance. Literally, because there's 6 people in the party, it actually makes sense. Or in the, with companions and everything. It's the all-time great superhero team comprised of Superman, Batman, Spiderman, a Power Ranger, Shrek, and Lightning McQueen.
What a team.
Yeah, they can take down any foe, overcome any obstacle. They're the Sense of Right Alliance. So that was the name of our little adventuring party.
This is the 6-pack Disney doesn't want you to see.
No.
Listen, man. Lightning McQueen. Wow.
Yeah. And
a
there's
yellow Lightning McQueen, I think.
dude, here's the thing. There's variants. There's one where Lightning is blue. There's one where he's lucky you if you find an actual red. This is just a mock-up, but lucky you. What I need is this exact team from Mezco. Let's go. Come on. When am I getting
Honestly, this is like 5-year-old's dream right here. Like all in one pack.
Hell yeah. I mean, you got the brains, you got the muscle, you got the wild card. It's all comprised of the classic tropes and archetypes. So yeah, this was the Sense of Right Alliance was our good guy run, and now we're doing our bad guy run.
I don't Look at the Photoshop picture with the explosion. Excellent.
This one here? Oh, dude, I can't wait for this movie.
Fucking crazy.
Featuring Vince Diesel. Not Vin. No. It's the knockoff. Vincent Diesel.
What is Spiderman and Batman swinging on?
Clouds.
All right. Did we hear from P at all yet?
He's just gonna be hosting today, so
got it.
We'll take it from here. And speaking of great superhero team ups and getting into topics, and we actually are sort of segueing from toys. It's like we took a week off and didn't even miss a beat. All-time great teams being celebrated right now. What's up with this Avengers 60th anniversary program, Boog?
Well, we know that Hasbro has been celebrating the Avengers' 60th anniversary through this year, so we got quite a few really cool Marvel Legends releases. Probably one figure in particular here that's going to make a lot of people's top 10 is this Black Widow. That was all new. The first kind of super articulated female buck from Hasbro Marvel Legends since the Toy Biz days, basically. That Hawkeye was a great release, and just pairing a lot of the 60th stuff up with a lot of the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends stuff has been making for some great, Avengers teams and some great pictures throughout the community. So Hasbro has been releasing these pictures. Unannounced out of nowhere, they started releasing these pictures, and it's supposed to be 7 picks in this series. And it looks like the pictures are leading up to, well, we know for certain now that these pictures are leading up to a big reveal this coming Friday, the 8th of September, in which they're going to have the Hasbro live stream, I guess the last one of the summer, maybe. And we will hear about the Haslab. So everybody is pretty much in agreement that this is going to be the reveal of Giant Man. We haven't really seen Giant Man or Wasp actually as figures for this 60th anniversary program. We did see Hank Pym and his sort of like union worker outfit in that West Coast Avengers pack, but conspicuously there has been no Giant Man or Wasp, so it looks like that's going to be the case. I had put out a couple quick little videos in the past 24 hours or so, just highlighting the fact that I did talk to the Hasbro brand team a little over a year ago, and mentioned that Giant Man should and could be the Haslab after the Engine of Vengeance. In fact, before the Engine of Vengeance was announced, I was saying that I was thinking that it was going to be Giant Man, but it threw us for a loop with the Engine of Vengeance. That did not fun. It failed miserably. It was a lot of content being made off of that failure, and now we are gearing up for what could and should be a good Haslab from Hasbro. Hopefully, I don't know. I've been hearing mixed reviews. I feel like more people are excited about the prospect of Giant Man than are saying they don't want it. But it really just boils down to the pricing and the tiers. So again, this coming Friday, we're going to find out what's what with that for certain. I'm assuming that I was thinking that today, Thursday, tomorrow, and I guess Friday on the stream we would get the last 3 picks or whatever, but we didn't get anything today. So maybe they're gonna all drop at one time. They'll show the last 3 picks at one time on the stream. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. And other Haslab news: the Ghosts fully funded today. I think the last moment for you to back that is tonight, right? 11:59 p.m. Am I right?
I think so. Yeah, and they just unlocked the Zeb as well.
So yeah, the final unlock tier was reached there. So they're over 17,000 backers for Ghosts. That is a $500 project. So 3 hours remaining on that. Where are they right now? They up to 19?
Yep, 19,268.
All right, so this might top out at 20 when it's all said and done.
Yep. Oh, and it's past the 17. You know, we were saying that these tiers were like weirdly spaced. They were 3,000 apart. But
yeah, they're very, very.
I was a little worried that they wouldn't make it. Again, I didn't back this. I don't think any of us on the show backed this. I know Ed backed it. But yeah, I don't really have any real deep connection to this, although I do recognize that it looks very good. So let's do a little math. What we got? 20. If we get up to 20,000 backers at 500 a pop, how many million is that? Jamie?
It is $10 million.
10 mil. Wow, that's crazy. How long was this going? This one was a little extended, right?
I think this one was
45?
longer. It was 45 days.
Yeah, so 45 days, potentially 10 million in 45 days. So another successful vintage collection campaign. But yeah, Hasbro's got a lot going on right now. Again, this is about to wrap up, and then they're gonna immediately overlap with what potentially will be the Giant Man Haslab, and also the his tank should be getting ready to start shipping here in maybe like another month or so, I think. Dragonfly closed up. That was a success. Hasbro's doing all right.
Fair to say.
Yeah, for sure. Have any of you guys been watching Ahsoka?
Not this week.
But you up to date other than this week's episode?
Sir.
I have no clue what's going on that show. Is it good? You feeling it?
Well, you know what? I told people. Well, everybody's saying the same thing. Not like I'm the fucking one making it. This is if you didn't watch Rebels, then you're gonna be totally lost. So.
Yeah, you're lost. Okay, yeah, I was
lost if you didn't watch Rebels.
What about those of us who watched Ahsoka Rebels recaps? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, I'm good. Yeah, it's been fine. Like I think it started off really slow. This was definitely the best episode this week. The one last week was the best episode up until then. So it's been, I think, steadily, finding its footing. It's not perfect though. I think I'm more interested in everyone but Ahsoka in her own show. I said that.
How about oh, that's what I was gonna say. What days does it come out? Is it Wednesdays?
No, it's Tuesday nights. Like it's 7 p.m. over here, 10 p.m. over there, I think.
Yeah, so it's technically Wednesday because for the East Coast it hits like at midnight.
No, I think it hits at 10 p.m. on the East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Tuesday night thing, firmly.
Yeah. What do we think of Sam Witwer, huh? What he's been saying.
What has he been saying? The guy
he's the guy who played Star Killer, aka the Apprentice in the video games. He came out. He said that he's in the series. He said he's in the show.
Really?
He didn't say that Star Killer's in the show.
He's credited as
in the show. All right, so wait a minute. That could mean that he is physically in the show playing someone else, right?
Hasn't elaborated. Everybody's hoping that it's Star Killer, but we'll see.
Yeah, he just said he did voices, and I think most people thought that he voiced the Inquisitor guy, Marok, and then that led people to think that character would be something, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's not.
Okay. All right, don't be yourself.
Believe in something.
Yeah. Let's just say
it's good.
those conversations have ceased at this point.
It's a good show. Definitely though. Like if you haven't watched Rebels, probably lost.
Looks like they're about to sell a lot of toys as usual. I saw a whole bunch of characters I had never seen before, and I was confused as fuck. So
yeah, it's been pretty good. I think this last episode is really good, and it's definitely setting things up for the rest of the series to be like really interesting. So look forward to seeing what comes with that, but I'm just like not totally sold on like the main characters. I'm way more interested in Ray Stevenson, rest in peace, and his character and his apprentice, and that part of it is way more interesting than like what's going on with Ahsoka and Sabine, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not too like sold on them, maybe because I didn't see them in Rebels or whatever, but from what I understand, they didn't even interact that much in Rebels. So this show is kind of building, their relationship. So yeah, Sabine is definitely seeming more of the main character, but I kind of don't like her. I don't know. Maybe we're in the middle of it. Maybe she'll get a good arc, but I've been enjoying the show. All of that is to say, but not for the titular character necessarily.
What's funny is that what's his name? You just brought him up. Ray Stevenson played a character in Star Wars for a long time. Kind of weird that it wasn't him. That's kind of weird. He's somebody completely different. He was on Rebels. He was on Clone Wars. So I think when everybody saw that he was casting, everybody was like, "Oh shit, he's gonna be this guy." Oh,
because they did bring a few of like the voice actors to be the live action versions.
Yeah, like they did what's her face for Mando.
Yeah, and then even in Ahsoka, like the guy in the first episode that was gonna present Sabine with an award or whatever.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too far off. My thing is that I really don't like Hera.
Yeah, that's another one. Actually,
I think that, and it's funny because I really like.
Go back to those.
I really like that actress. Like high school Ramona Flowers, like Scott Pilgrim, like that's such a huge thing. But like, she's so emotionless in this. Like she doesn't give a shit about this role.
Pretty wooden. Like I don't know.
Yeah, she's very wooden. I actually like Sabine a lot.
Which character is that?
Hera,
the green girl,
green lady with the.
Oh, okay, yeah. Have we seen all of the Rebels yet? I know we saw Sabine and the green girl, right?
We've seen Zeb cameo in Boba Fett, I think, or maybe Mando.
But not on this show yet.
Yeah. And Chopper's in this one. That's it, right? That's all of the Rebels, the titular Rebels.
Yeah, because Kanan is along
yeah, I guess Kanan is MIA, but also Ezra. We've seen like a version of him in like the hologram or whatever.
You think
he's in the rest of the show?
You think if we see like hologram messages or like Force streams that it'll be Freddie Prinze, or you think it'll be somebody else? Kanan. Cool. I'd love it if it was him. Mm-hmm. He has half of his face covered up anyways. Like, at least if you're going with a later Kanan,
FPJ, he's so cool. He's too busy writing. He's too busy like producing his new wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
He just will do his lines over a speakerphone. Put me up to the mic. Anyway, that's number one Star Wars podcast, of course.
Number one Star Wars podcast.
Number one, baby.
More in the distance, Kevin is like, these fucking guys are getting everything wrong.
Or we're getting it more right than anybody's ever gotten it before.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Kevin from Toying Around. He does a weekly show based on, discussing the episodes of Ahsoka on his channel, Toying Around. Ever heard of him? So check that out.
Yeah.
They Kevin actually know what they're talking about when it comes to Star Wars. Toying Around. You ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Kevin does collect vintage stuff, right? Yeah, he definitely does. He said that in the
vintage collection.
He's a Star Wars man.
Did he back the Ghost, you think?
I would have to hope.
And if you didn't do it,
I mean, if not him,
why would who?
Yeah, then who? Who, right. Sir?
Yeah. So everything got unlocked like pretty quick, man. They really went for those last goals in the 0 hour, as it were. So that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. 10 mil, baby. 10 mil. They're about to hit the 10 mil mark. What are we thinking about with this Legends Haslab? What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
Do you have
Go
any
back
thoughts?
to that. I
What it
think
might be?
the ultimate troll. Yeah, it could be like a Bill Foster Goliath or something, or the new one. But what if it's the ultimate troll? It is a new premium role play giant man suit, full on costume, and it's Dwight just standing over the table wearing this thing.
Oh, dude, I would die laughing.
I would lose
laughing
my
too,
shit.
Wow, the amount of hate that would receive.
We the only way to give you a properly scaled giant man is for you to be it yourself. So
you be giant man.
Item, spandex suit, muscles, the helmet, the little antennas, which have bendy wire. Oh my god, so premium roleplay.
So premium roleplay.
That's premium roleplay.
Oh yeah.
I did.
You know what I could see them.
I
could see a giant man lab coat being an unlock.
Huh, like just a
soft
giant
goods.
soft goods. That'd be kind of funny.
Giant soft good.
I mean, I hope they do something
fun. I would love that to be in the introduction. Like we kind of took a misstep with the Engine of Vengeance. We want to bring it back to, figures that can be a part of your display. The vehicles thing just ain't working out. So we're going back to figures. We're making you the figure.
I saw.
You got to stand there for your display photos with your giant man costume.
Saw a few people before this picture came out saying that they were hoping for a Quinjet to fly down and drop off some people and save the day or whatever. I did see somebody today saying that they think that one of these dials are going to be part of it or be the main offering, and then Giant Man would be a tier. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I think that's unlikely. But I don't know. It would be
lucky
nice
to get this as like a cardboard backdrop, like for the Rancor.
Yeah, if it was some type of more sturdy kind of backdrop thing, that might be cool. But I'm just hoping that they are in a good price range and that they don't, piss off the fan base.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really hard for people that were saying Quinjet. I think it's gonna be really hard for them to want to do a vehicle again.
Yeah,
I just think it's
why
hard.
they got to pivot to something else under the Marvel Legends banner.
I mean, I think a Quinjet could pop off. I always feel like
I think it would do fine. I just think it's hard to justify.
Yeah. I think a Quinjet is smaller than the Blackbird, though, but that's still a massive, massive vehicle. I mean, looking at the Ghost, that's 3/4 inch. So again, any type of ship is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, Dwight told us before that it's not possible to do a Blackbird. He said it to be too big. Which realistically, it would have to be really, really big. It would need to be like over 4 feet long.
Wouldn't that be
the
ultimate troll? We'll do a Haslab for something huge in parts. Okay. This first campaign funds the first half. If this goes off, we'll do a second campaign for the second half.
The second campaign.
And if you don't, second campaign. And if you don't fund that one, well, I mean, we're gonna hang on to that first one though, just because it already went through. Yeah,
they shooting pretty early.
A Giant Man figure, but could it be more than Galactus and Sentinel? I think it's got to be less.
Less height?
No, like less.
Less money.
Yeah, it's got to cost less for sure.
Yeah, I was talking to David. He was saying that it should be taller than the Sentinel.
I could see it being taller than the Sentinel, but not Galactus.
I was thinking the same. I was thinking that it would be shorter than both, actually, but just still pretty large for just a man.
I mean, I've seen people say the 18 inches is kind of the sweet spot for that, which would, I think, be less than the Sentinel.
I think that if the plan is to give us a few versions of Giant Man, Goliath, possibly Yellow Jacket, then I think that the main offering is going to be just about the Sentinel's height. Maybe the antenna will be edging out the Sentinel. But this is pretty early in the morning on Friday for you West Coasters, by the way. That's 8 a.m. People checking into work, basically. That leads me to believe, though, that they're trying to knock this out quickly and that it'll go up. It'll open up. The pre-orders will open up right afterwards, too. So it's a good possibility that this thing is already completely materialized. Has already materialized, basically,
If it's going to be a shorter version, or like a shorter offering than the Sentinel, then it's got to be this version of Goliath.
Yeah, of course. No. I don't mean that as the main offering. I mean the main offering will be Giant Man, and that will be like the second tier, like a Goliath. Either Black Goliath or Goliath in the
two big figures in one campaign, though.
I mean,
I think we're looking at one big figure and then a bunch of in scale, off their 6-inch bodies that they have already.
Goliath is like 10, 11 feet tall. So again, it would be almost similar to what you see right there in that picture.
Well, you know how you do it. You wouldn't even do a new one. You would just use that 12-inch Marvel Legend line they did a few years ago.
Right? Yeah. Or Surtur. Remember, we had that used Surtur body.
Surtur's got a bunch of like texturing, though. It's a pretty unique body.
I have that.
I think
I opened them actually. Still in the box.
I think that they would go with that 12-inch. I think they'd go with that 12-inch Marvel Legends line as a base. Got a lot of bare ones on there, so.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like what this guy was, though. This was on that 12-inch body. This was
this is the older Marvel Universe kind of bodies. This body is not going to
really old,
in today's.
The 12-inch Marvel Legends I'm talking about are the ones from 2 years ago.
Daredevil and stuff. Yeah.
Totally do that. The one that they use for
Super Adaptoid.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make that guy about the same size as Super Adaptoid. Is that what people would want?
Pretty much, something like that.
For this version of Goliath?
Correct.
But that's what I think would let people be like, oh, it's not as like unique of an offering and therefore shouldn't be as expensive. Because with Galactus and Sentinel, you have a lot of like very specific sculpting to those for their detailing, the armor bits and the scaling or the patterning along the suit and all that. All that is like a sculpt, Doing a blank body like this and not sculpting like say this stuff and making it as expensive as those and not as big. That's where you're going to start to.
Well, you know what you do.
Work out for people.
You know what you do is that obviously the head sculpt is going to be a new sculpt, but you just do the chest, and then the limbs can be plain, and they'll still be able to give you something without going too crazy and having to make a brand new buck. I don't think anybody would complain if like the chest was actually sculpted and the limbs and the groin were reused. I don't think anybody would say boo.
I don't know. They might actually reach for the stars this time. We'll see. I do think that Yellow Jacket's going to be either part of this or dropping alongside somehow, some deluxe. Yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity for them to do some deluxe figure releasing around the same time that this releases as well. So there's that picture of Super Adaptoid down a little bit with the Bucky cap. Give you an idea of how large Goliath could and should be.
Goliath, yeah, but if it's Goliath is one of the tiers, right?
What if Goliath has like the second tier or something like that? But
maybe like the Spiderman body or something, which, like you said, is a great blank, or this Daredevil. Obviously different hands and stuff, but you could even honestly do the boots. Maybe, I don't know.
Speaking of Bucky cap, I just opened that figure today. It's very nice.
Dude, yeah, that Bucky cap is fantastic. I just opened him 2 days ago. I love it.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, I wish the butterfly joints had a little bit better range, but other than that, and the belt is a little is a little funny, but other than that, they did a great job.
See
The
what they
blue
did with
looks
the
good.
belt, but yeah, I feel you. And the butterfly joints is a quick little like mod you could do that people were doing on Black Panther and stuff too. So you definitely could stretch it and get a little more range. But just the look of him and how he will potentially look with other teams from the eras when he was wearing that costume is I'm excited for that potential.
Yeah, it was a great update.
Great update.
Yeah, photos in the chat with some suggestions. He thinks it's going to be modular, removable arms like Reed Richards and legs, so you can make it Goliath as well. It's got to be more than just a giant Marvel Legends figure.
I don't know. Isn't that exactly what the Sentinel?
Exactly what people want, though.
Yeah.
They don't.
I don't know.
As far as Marvel Legends not being G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe is all about the vehicles. Clearly, two figures in one unsuccessful vehicle goes to say that people just want a big figure, in scale.
Honestly, if they did that, if they went that route in terms of like swappable parts to make two figures in one or two costumes in one, that might actually push people to double up too.
It could.
Yeah. I think if it's going to be a smaller offering, it should be like for people to want to get multiples for things like that, I don't know that anybody got an extra Galactus just to have the giant Doctor Doom. I think most people were Sentinel, was obviously an army builder, so that was definitely smart then, but it's hard to find another giant army builder like this, or not that this is an army builder, but something to double up on for sure.
I'll tell you this, if these fucking guys give us that damn MU Hank Pym with the sculpted lab coat, I'm gonna kill someone. I definitely want nothing to do with that.
It's got to be a giant lab coat, just a soft goods lab coat.
Especially because he's worn that plenty of times. Like he'll be in the middle of the lab and fucking shoot up and turn into like a fucking 3-story high person. Giant man.
Lab coat still on, yeah. And Uncanny Sculpts is also saying that the Deadpool buck with a retooled chest could work. But that's what I mean. Like the base offering still has to be, I think, a new figure, a new sculpt in the vein of the Toy Biz Giant Man, but them trying to HD remaster that and make it even better, make even the people who I've seen who are like, I'm good with my Toy Biz Giant Man, which it's still a great figure and stuff, but it's not necessarily to scale.
There's nothing that's become funnier in this Marvel Legends space than somebody saying, I'm good with my Toy Biz one. Like, bro, you're absolutely not good with your Toy Biz one.
I remember when the first Kingpin Build-A-Figure got announced. They're like, nah, I'm good with my Toy Biz one.
Come on, man. We have to be honest with ourselves. Even though some of the sculpts are good, good for the time.
That's crazy.
We gotta move on.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit some super chats real quick, relevant to the topic. Jason S hit us with $10. Thank you, Jason. Said what Boog said. Tall main offering, maybe a 12 to 18 inch tier of Goliath or a different version of Giant Man. Classic Wasp and Ant-Man in 6-inch. I could see that. Four figures, but I would agree with that, but that's definitely going to make it $350. If it's just a smaller Giant Man that's not as big as the Sentinel, that's like a more simple sculpt, i.e. just a plain superhero body with some sculpted overlays or whatever, plus 3 6-inch figures, I think that could bring the price to like sub 300. We're getting a giant figure and then a medium but still bigger figure, a deluxe figure essentially, like a Surtur size. And then 2 small figures, we're back to 350, 400, easy.
Yeah, honestly, I think
getting over 250 and he's out.
I think I was gonna say, regardless of what they offer, I think this thing is gonna be really tough if the price isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're at. Obviously that's not something that they like to talk about, or even if they do want to talk about, it's not something they're allowed to talk about. Pricing and whatnot.
Yeah.
No, they won't. However. If it's not right, I think this thing is not gonna do too hot. I mean, we saw what happened with the Hell Charger. So, these collectors, these Marvel Legends collectors, do have a line they don't want to cross. So.
Yeah, and I think that the Hell Charger was 400, right? Yeah. Or was it more? Was it 450? Jeez,
it might have even been 450. I can't even remember off the top of my head. I know that it was a lot.
And then real quick, Static Thunder hit us with $4.99. Thank you, Static Thunder. Super excited to get this Haslab so he can have a life-size statue of himself looking over his figures. Right?
It's only if they give you the The 101 suit.
It's a cardboard cutout of Ryan Ting that you can just
Charger 350.
Yeah.
I think like they should aim that team should aim to be less than the Hell Charger.
Yeah.
Ideally, this thing should be $299 at most.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you cross that,
asking if any Haslab has that much or 250.
Oh yeah. I like obviously ideally wasn't the right word, but like it should be $249. But I think as long as they stay $299 and under, they'll be okay. I think anything more than that, there's just I don't see it.
I mean, you gotta justify 300 for a big figure. You know what I mean?
It's got to come with a lot.
It's got to come with a lot. Yeah.
Especially for such a plain sculpt, like even if all the details on the suit are sculpted on, it doesn't equate to a Sentinel or Galactus.
Unless you want to get to like Mezco levels of over designing, patterns and piping and everything.
Could you imagine if he was fully decked out in like soft goods and shit?
Oh man, you'd have
dude. If he's got a giant lab coat, I might be in.
That's how they get
in comparison, like you don't want to have if you're specifically putting this as part of the 60th anniversary program banner, and all of these are such classic looks, and we're thinking of a classic Goliath or Giant Man. It is just a superhero tights with some sort of maybe pattern, and that's it. But it's not like all this tech Kirby details like the Galactus. It's not a bunch of robot wires and machinery like the Sentinel. By the nature of it, it's got to be a little simpler, or a less complex sculpt, I guess.
Somewhere in the East Coast, Dwight is going, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. He said he's in if it's cloth goods." Got his ass.
I was about to say somebody on the Hasbro team is watching this live stream, being like, "Oof, they're gonna hate us. They're gonna hate us. Ooh, they are gonna be so unhappy."
Let's think about the actual Engine of Vengeance, though. If it would have funded how they wanted it to fund, it was going to be 5 figures in total, right? Because we had the early bird special.
Yeah.
And then
I hope they don't do again.
Powered down Robbie. Then we had the regular powered up Ghost Rider guy, right? And then it was the 3 other figures: Mephisto, Hellstrom, and Goblin Queen. So yeah, it was going to be 5 figures, right? So it's quite possible that we could see 5 figures for Giant Man.
I don't think we're going to see 5 figures for $250 though.
Yeah, not for $250 though.
You got to make 5 figures to be able to afford this.
That's not even that high in this economy.
Not a lot.
I mean, listen, if it's a Sentinel-sized Giant Man, a Goliath, and 3 other regular size figures, and some other like little bells and whistles, little ants, and like maybe some like little miniature like Ant-Man and Wasp and stuff like that, is that worth $300 to you? You think?
I think if those are counted as accessories to the 6-inch figures, like if the tiers are unlocked, if the Ant-Man comes with 2 extra smaller versions of himself, presumably there being one, unlocked.
Yeah, I think this thing has to come with a lot pre-unlocks.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Have we seen the full list or tiers of the past few Haslabs for everything, right? No. Actually, no. Dragonfly was staggered. They didn't show everything at once, right?
No, they did it in such a strange way. I don't know who the hell in Hasbro is in charge of saying when they should reveal things and when they shouldn't, but they're doing a terrible job across the board. Like, other than the Star Wars team, because they did it from the jump, but like you have to tell people what they're all going to be from the jump. Like
that's what the Ghost tier did. Yeah, the Ghost team did.
Because you're stunting the potential there when you act like it's some big thing that needs to be revealed every tier. Like
I don't think that like carries hype as much as
no
we think it does.
Oh yeah, and I mean I don't know where that decision comes from. Obviously we don't know who's making that call, but they're making the wrong call when they say that. So hopefully they don't do that this round, because really, I think we would have at least standardly funded that Hell Charger had that not happened.
Yeah,
at least no unlocks, no tiers. It would have funded it at least. Had they not done what they did, I think. It's this whole pussyfooting around and like Oh, the 3 days before the tier ends, you know all the tiers now. Like, what are we doing?
Jarvis is another great suggestion people have as one of the tiers.
Ooh, that is interesting.
They've got plenty of good bodies to do that with, I guess.
Palisades, give us a lab set. Nice. I doubt it.
Did you say you said Jarvis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be really dope.
Because that might not sell, on its own, but it's part of a campaign to celebrate the Avengers. God, what if they had just done like Avengers Mansion at that point?
The tower.
Yeah, or
X-Men is the one with the mansion.
There was an Avengers Mansion too, right?
Is there? Is that West Coast?
Maybe. Boog, help. There was an
Avengers. Do the Avengers have a mansion? They don't, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
They do.
And then Jarvis was there too, right?
Yeah, they do. They do have one. They do. I'm tripping.
Yeah, in the early days, they had the Jarvis around in the mansion or whatever, so that would fit in with classic Avengers.
I can't believe I didn't remember. It was on Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Come on. And then they moved to the tower.
Yeah. I guess we had about this already. Hang on. Let me check my
whoa. If it's not Todd, I don't know if I trust it. Who is it? Todd Rectangular.
I heard a link was up on Reddit. Let's see.
Reddit?
We got a leak?
Oh, maybe.
Who sprung the leak?
Oh boy.
Oh shit! The price went up The page went up briefly. It was
shut your mouth.
$199.
Less than $199. This thing might be.
Did anybody get a screenshot though? Did anybody get a screenshot? Damn it!
At $199. This thing is just gonna be
That's gonna be one figure.
That's gonna be one figure. That 12-inch mold.
Oh no.
That kind of sucks.
No,
we can't believe that right now. We don't.
Nobody took a screenshot. Damn it!
Yeah, no. If there's no screenshot, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Who sees that page? Who sees that page go up and thinks, I won't screenshot this?
Yeah, or just refreshes right away.
Yeah, or who thinks, let me refresh just to see if it's real. You know? I don't trust it unless there's a picture. I don't trust it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Big if true. Big if true.
Big if true.
I think I do think that if it is priced at like $199 and it's decent, that shit's gonna fund very quickly.
Honestly, even if it sucks, it's gonna fund. It's Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Collectors want just more of them and cheaper.
Let me tell you something. At $199, this thing better come with a cloth goods fucking lab coat. It better come with that damn lab coat.
Yeah, $199 should go get me a beer too. Yeah. No, I think Brian Merchant's onto something. It should be a 27-inch Giant Man, a 25-inch Goliath, and a 30-inch Fing Fang Foom for $99.99.
I like that.
That's a steal.
Yeah. Ebony Leopard says $199 is basically an Amazon box set. So, is that what we want?
Yeah. I don't want that. If
it's just gonna a little bit more than an Amazon box set, yeah. For sure.
I just have a feeling that if it's $199, it is really just going to be those 12-inch figures that we've gotten before remolded.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 times. Like I don't want that. I could just pay somebody to do that. I don't want to do that.
$199 is, I guess, like $230, $240 with shipping or something like that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like 2 of those 12 inches. You do a Goliath, you do a Giant Man, and like a couple 6-inch figures.
I don't know. I could see it go either way. I could see them play it real safe and keep it cheap and compact.
Well, at $199. At $199, this thing is funding no matter what. No matter what it is, I think it's going to fund at $199.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be interested.
It is a premium role play item at $199. It'll sell.
I wouldn't be in it if it's just going to be like 2 12-inch figures from molds that we already have. I wouldn't be into it.
Nah, it's got to be the main offering has to be brand new. No question about it.
Yeah.
There's no point in doing a Haslab if the main offering is not going to be something brand new. It's no point.
I hope so.
Especially if it's at $199, they might as well have just put it as an Amazon set,
Yeah. I don't see $190. I don't see $199.
Any sort of new tooling, so why would it be Haslab?
If it's $199 and it's like a 20-inch figure, I'd be blown away.
Yeah.
and that's it. What if no more figures, but just like things for the single offering figure? You know,
Wouldn't mind that.
There's no way that we're not going to get a Wasp with this thing. At the very least, it'll be giant.
I was gonna say that the 6-inch like Marvel Legends, it's easy to remold that and give you something else. So I don't know that it wouldn't come with anything.
Yeah, they could do Wasp on what's this chick's the other
Shriek?
chick buck that they did Shriek. Yeah, Shriek. I don't know that they would do it on this new Black Widow buck yet, but
she a Shriek.
It's possible.
That's a huge freak.
But yeah, what other quick news hits do we have? I know that Revoltech
Super 7
had a big little, whoa announcement.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I guess. I think Brian Flynn of Super 7 was on Fooshcast this week, and he may have teased that 2003 TMNT are on the way to thee. What's up? Let's go. Big round of applause. The moment we 90s kids have been waiting for.
Shout out to everyone's champion, Kyle Wadiga.
Yes.
He said that he'd been asking for this for a long time. He said that this is his favorite Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't doubt that he's gonna put his fucking heart and soul into this line, and let's hope it's good.
I think if anybody's gonna put any sort of heart and or soul into a Turtles thing that he loves, it's going to be Kyle. So yeah, it's gonna be. This is my Turtles for sure. So if anything was kind of obviously I'm waiting for the Mezco, but as far as up until then, I've been pretty safe with Turtle stuff because nobody's really touched 03 Turtles yet. But my God, am I possibly in trouble? At least villains, I'm gonna have to get because they had some sick looks for a lot of the villains. And right on time for the basically 20th anniversary because 2023 we're almost out. We're gonna have a 20th observation of any kind. It should be this year, unless we're waiting for 25, which please no.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really cool. Quick hit.
Yeah, I was saying Revoltech had the
thing going on right now.
Right there.
Oh no, go to Revoltech first.
Oh, Revoltech.
Revoltech first. It's right there.
Agent Venom.
There he is. Venom, baby. There he is. He looks so fucking good.
No, Mr. Red Devil, I'm not admitting to anything. I used to like that cartoon. I do not currently like it, nor do I currently watch it. But they got me on the nostalgia. At least they've at least piqued my interest.
I really hate that Revoltech does this Japanese exclusive shit. Like especially when the accessories are so essential, like that Selena Kyle head, and then now this one.
Oh, Selena Kyle head, and now this Venom head. So Venom head, that really freaking sucks.
Wait, what's the exclusive part of this?
Is it on? There it is. That.
Oh, that one. Okay, got it.
It freaking sucks. I'm gonna have to get this shit on like Nin Game or something, or these other sites, just like with that Catwoman and those Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah, these Revoltechs are turning into puzzles. Damn near.
Yeah, it's funny because I always understand when people can't get into Revoltech because there's so much involved in them. But man, it's hard to find something that competes with that level of articulation, except for like Synthetic Human.
Yeah.
Man, they do a great job.
This is an incredible pose right here.
Imagine how, especially because this thing must have been like a prototype. Imagine how fucking terrible it must have been for somebody to pose this shit.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my God. Those thing must have been.
Tendrils are glued on.
Oh, for sure. Those things are glued. There's no way. Like, it looks so good, man.
For just like what could be an all black character, they've really done a lot here.
Yeah.
What's the base though? Is this reuse at all?
If it's anything, it's Deadpool, at least for the legs, but probably not.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of Deadpool, I was gonna say. But I don't know how much. It's just hard to tell because it's all black. I just don't see enough.
Oh, I can see some glue right here, yeah.
It's just no other way. Like, I mean, everybody else's prototypes are already flimsy and they're much sturdier product. Like, I can't even imagine how flimsy this shit must be without glue.
Well, that's Revel Tag. Where's the Catwoman? That was a little while back, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little far back. We talked about it on
I
stream.
figured we did. This is
you
the
know what?
big news right here. We need to talk about this.
Real quick hit. There was those other retro carded legends that they showed too. Scroll back down. There was Spiderman and there was Moon Knight. That's on the way too. It's up a little bit now.
It's further. It's up.
Oh, thank you, Lago, for the picks. I know you're out here.
Right there.
Shout out to Lago. Let us not thank the man responsible.
This is the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man that we got.
He's got a new spider.
Yeah, the Spider-Man emblem on the back is there to kind of represent the original artwork, but they didn't update the emblem on the front, which is just
and they should have given him the feet that everybody was swapping onto him from Renew Your Vows.
Right. But yeah, so I'll wait for you to get this figure by itself because the only other way to get this right now is in that 3-pack with the Firestar and Iceman, and that is a more sort of like classic colored version. But this is definitely the best Spider-Man on the market right now.
Yeah, I mean this came out last year though. The other like the regular single carded version of him in the windowless box.
It was Spider-Man and there was Moon Knight, and I think the difference on Moon Knight was the logo on the chest, if I'm not mistaken.
And this one comes with 2 heads.
So 2 heads?
2 heads.
Yeah, the other one came with 2 heads too.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a straight up re-release.
I think the only thing that's different is the logo on the chest. But yeah, that's it for Legends.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about Solomon Kane before we go on?
I mean, what's there to say other than that he's charging? He started charging on the 5th, and he's coming out. I can pull him up for those who do not know what a Solomon Kane is.
And a lot of people have been signing up for waitlist and immediately getting like approved within a couple days.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that happens a lot when the ship is about to start. You know, the shipping. Yeah. So there's Solomon Kane.
There he is. Kind of want him, kind of don't. Just don't want
another Arthur E. Doyle character, which is cool, right? Robert E.
Doyle. Oh, Doyle rules.
Robert E. Howard. Yeah, this is sick. This will go great with like Conan, even though they're like different eras. But still, he's just one of those cool like literary monster hunters.
And then your boy's shipping soon too. That Gomez power suit thing.
That and the Red Pyramid thing is also about to ship.
Well, Red Pyramid too. Okay.
From the Silent Hills.
The hill that doesn't make a noise, or
yeah, the one every prospective homeowner would move to just to deal with a few ghosts. Oh, you think property values that are an all-time low here because you got a pyramid head guy slashing apart victims?
Did this guy ever delay? Because he seems so simplistic. I can't imagine this thing.
I think he did because they added double jointed elbows, maybe. If I'm not mistaken, because they're single here, or at least appeared to be. And then when we saw him at the con, I think he had doubles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe like a change then.
Yeah. I think they went and changed some things up, and that delayed it. But he's coming. He's a coming. You excited?
Be a coming. If you could see me, you'd see Excite.
There he is, and hopefully this means if this does well, we'll get some nurses or something to go with him. But all these blood effects are sick as hell too.
Yeah, those are awesome. Shout out to that guy who's Can of Beams. Is that the one that said that they stole his blood?
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
It wasn't Mezco that stole his blood though. It was Storm Collectibles.
Oh, Storm Collectibles.
Yeah, right. It was Storm.
Right. Enough delay.
Yeah.
Enough of this BS. Let's get to the nitty gritty. We're talking penholders or what?
Yeah, let's not mince words any longer. Let's not beat around the bush. Here we go. You remember there was some controversy regarding some of these Kong studios. Are these Kong? No, these are.
They changed their name. It is Kong, but they changed their name.
It was Kong. Okay, so these Kong. There was some controversy, and they had to change their name to Beast Deities and change up the fact that they're basically a Dragon Ball Z, bootleg body with these heads, right? But that wasn't enough, right? So they had to go ahead and change their name. And now, in order to give you those Dragon Ball Z, esque things that would turn it from a beast deity to what could be potentially conceived as a Goku from Dragon Ball Z, instead that they're giving you a pen holder that is in the shape of Dragon Ball Z, possibly Goku's hair, and an emotional memory bookmark, which are these faceplates.
They're emotional memory bookmarks, but I don't know what you're talking about, faceplates.
And they've added a jade rabbit one as well as part of their beast deities.
China, Egypt.
Yeah, some of the Egyptian pantheon here. You got Anher in white, black, and pink. And then a jade rabbit from China. Oh my goodness.
This is just the most ridiculous thing. The fact that guy from Spain has muscled these guys to this point, but Bandai, Shueisha, and Funimation have never been able to scare these guys is unreal. This is crazy. Poncho's not here, but he wants me to voice how much he loves this development and how hilarious he finds it and how amazing he finds it. Just as we all do as well.
Of course.
There are going to be different gods from other countries, Poncho says. Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. China? Where Donald Trump is fuming at this.
Sobek is coming too. Oh my god. Wow, they're really getting them all, huh? All the beast deities.
They're in there. I'm waiting for
behind beast deities. No, don't get it twisted, because the real inspiration behind beast deities draws from ancient gods, particularly those from Egyptian, Chinese, Japanese, and Mayan mythologies. This series introduces.
I'm waiting for Quetzalcoatl. Where's that at?
That'd be cool.
Quit playing these games.
This series introduces articulated representations of these gods in a fresh anime style, aiming to offer unique interpretations of these divine beings. Oh, so unique. Oh, yes. So really, this wasn't even a move from Bandai, from anybody of any import, really. It's just that one dude who himself ripped off the Goku design to make the Super Saiyan 5, crazy-looking hairy Goku in pink.
It's crazy.
Insane.
I cannot believe that he was able to do this. Mad props to him. This is crazy. Shout out to Jade Rabbit.
Yeah, that is crazy. Ebony Leopard is more likely to buy them as these things than he was as Dragon Ball Z knockoffs, but hey, your mileage may vary. Talos Baby, right? Is that what his name? Talos was the guy's name? Tablos? Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, but that was one thing too. Yeah. These things are re-releases of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. They don't have anything to do with Super Saiyan 5.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't doubt that they're going to do.
But
I wouldn't doubt that they're going to do the same. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt they're going to do the same with whenever they decide to re-release those.
Dude, I bet. I mean, J. Michael, you might be onto something. This artist might have goons. He might have actually sent some dudes to muscle these dudes in person.
Sent them to mainland China.
Yeah, I think they put the squeeze on Kong/Beast deities.
Paid a couple triad friends.
Yeah.
Nice little sum to muscle them out.
He must have. I don't think lawyers have this kind of pull, dude. I think even a lawyer would look at him and be like, "What are you doing, dude? No." So he had to go around, He had to intimidate. He passed a pretty high level intimidate check, if that's the case. Pretty good.
The actual beast deities are going to be the SSJ5 King. Is what Poncho says.
I see. Is Poncho telling us?
You see how little we function without him?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Nothing to do with SSJ5s at all. Okay. This is more likely to dodge Toei, not the art dude, but it's for the listing specifically. The actual beast deities are going to be the SSJ5 King figs. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you, Poncho.
You're a good man.
Oh man. So yeah, these are pen holders now. This is not a hair sculpt. This is not meant to go on top of not intended to, but if you're clever enough to figure out how to put it from the top of a pen onto a faceplate onto a figure, well, good for you. The rabbit figure is going to be the Vegeta from Dragon Ball Heroes. Interesting. This one here, Jade Rabbit. Oh, can't wait to see that. Everybody knows. I mean, Goku and Vegeta, those guys are brothers. But
yeah,
and her and Jade Rabbit, they got nothing to do with each other. Couldn't possibly be.
Puncher says the rabbit is going to be Vegeta from Dragon Ball Heroes. Yeah, I was going to say that he's the one in the Saiyan armor.
Yeah.
But obviously has nothing to do with Saiyans whatsoever. He's a deity from Japan of the Jade variety.
Does that mean he's going to have a tail? Because rabbits don't have tails like that. I mean, I get the tiger thing, but...
Remains to be seen. Be continued.
Yeah, these are not pen holders. These are strictly bookmarks.
Yeah, these are strictly bookmarks.
On marking these as pen holders and bookmarks is probably another way to make a little savings on the side.
I thought it's funny because when I first saw the pen holders and I didn't see the bookmarks first, I thought it was hilarious. I thought, man, maybe they'll make the faces like a paperweight. They ended up going bookmark. They same level of thought, something to hold down a paper.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. Emotional book.
I was looking at that's why I thought it was the Super Saiyan 5 thing, because it's the furry body and like the skull tier, but I see now that it's going to be these Super Saiyan 3 ones here.
Yeah, but I'm sure across the board they're all just gonna, regardless of what they release, they're all gonna have these beast deity heads and bookmarks and
which is so
pen
cool.
holders.
So cool.
I'll tell you this. I know Boog is not into this side of DBZ. If he's not buying a pen holder for his desk at work, he'd be shooting himself in the foot. It's the best pen holder on the market, baby.
Hello, I'm here for a second.
Oh, hello.
Please set the record straight.
Yeah. So this is crazy, huh? This is wild.
Unreal, Poncho. What are your thoughts on this?
How wild and unreal it is.
No tricks, no Wikipedia. Tell them your thoughts raw, live, and unedited. Do it live. Come on.
Yeah, this is it's pretty nuts. Just echoing everything you guys said. It's just wild the level of gymnastics these guys will go through to peddle their bootleg figures. It's inspiring, to be quite honest. I aim to be this level of petty basically every morning when I wake up. It's pretty crazy. So this listing right here is just the re-releases for what do you call it? Sorry, I need to turn my mic down.
Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, for the Super Saiyan 3 figures, which did. So in the week we took off, they actually re-released. They had like a small sale of all the remaining stock that sold out in 1 minute, literally 1 minute. The only reason that I was able to grab some was because I was stalking that page like right before the clock hit 2 p.m. Or no, it was 5 p.m. And I was able to get like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that's colored, like the Comic-Con exclusive Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku that's like pearlescent, and then there was a Vegito that was pearlescent as well that had transparent hair. So that was really cool. But they had all 4 of these up, and then they all sold out within 1 minute. So it was kind of up in the air for a while if Kong was going to reissue these. So they did, but this is obviously the first time they released them. They had no sense of legal troubles at all, but now they're re-releasing them. I guess they just did this weird reach around way to go ahead and put them on the market again. So that's why this listing is a little confusing, where they're using the beast deity renders, but they're cut off just only on the head, and then they're showing like the torso of the Super Saiyan 3 stuff. So this listing right here is just for the re-release of the Super Saiyan 3 Kong figures that a lot of people have their hands on right now. And I think that the reason that the Super Saiyan 5 hair is in there is just to illustrate that it's coming with hair. It's not necessarily going to be the Super Saiyan 5 hair. It's going to be their new Super Saiyan 3 hair mold that is on the figures that a lot of people are getting in hands right now. But if you go to the last slide, when they do eventually release the Super Saiyan 5 Goku figures that we've been talking about and anticipating for the last year, it's going to be under their, like 100% under their new Beast Deity, like, line. I guess you could say this is the same thing too, but like this was their intent from the start, like to go ahead and get around just the Dragon Ball comparison as a whole. They're just going to put like animal heads on these guys. They're going to come with new hands too, like animal paws or whatever, claws. They said it in like another post, and that's just going to be the way of getting around all this. So that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty nice.
It's a bold strategy, Poncho. Let's see how it pays off.
Let's see if it pays off. Absolutely.
I will say too, just from looking at 5K, they have a bunch of the Kong stuff in stock. I mean, at least
no, it's just one. So this is the listing that sold out.
Okay.
Within 1 minute.
Okay, but there's this one still left. The
That's true. That's the one nobody wants. This is the booster of of the Turbo Man.
The Turbo Man. Yeah, I had that. I don't know if you heard me. I said that happened to me with Lorcana.
I did. Yeah, I heard that earlier.
To that. If you're telling me we're gonna get the same figures at the exact same price, but we get beast heads, fuck it. We ball.
And that would be these right here, right? That we've been talking about.
Yeah,
just the hands in a body, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It had 2 different bucks, a regular gi and then a battle damage gi, and then basically the exact same thing, but it was a Vegito, Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, just with a regular gi and then his battle damage gi. I have all 4. Well, I have all 6 now, and they're great.
Nice.
They're really nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my friend was able to actually Nick, who we met at Comic-Con, was actually able to get the 024.
Oh, sick. Good. Hell yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. Yeah, they're really good. My Kong 26, like the blue one down there at the very bottom, mine arrived today, but the bang that's hanging in front of his face got broken in shipment.
Ah, it sucks. So
it snapped off. I sent them a DM. I don't expect to get a replacement at all because, you know, I assume these things are beyond sold out. So
just get the booster and swap the heads.
No, it's different. It's a completely different color. Completely different color, and it's a different sculpt too.
I thought he was doing a Jiggle All the Way reference, man.
Yeah, it's true. Tomato, carrot, whatever. But you know, I'm hoping something can happen. Maybe a partial refund. I don't know, something small. I don't know. It just seems so insignificant. But it sucks that it's like a bang. If it was like a piece of hair in the back, I really wouldn't care as much. But
yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
What about these? Are these going to be the Deities ones?
No, these came out a long time ago. These are like basically like one of the first things that they did. Not the first, but like this was like their bootleg version of the Super Saiyan 4 figures, but they weren't really a 1-to-1 copy because Super Saiyan 4 was the introduction of 3.0 technology, but these are still on 2.0 bucks, so it's kind of strange. Anyway, that's it.
This is Super Saiyan 4 at home.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, well, there you go. That's what's going on in the world of Kong.
I like that.
Hey.
Heard of it?
What's next? If
That's
anything.
It. And I gotta go.
All right, later.
Oh, you should just stay to sign off.
You said what? Oh, you guys are ready to wrap up?
Yeah, this was the last thing, right? Or do we have anything else? I don't think so, right?
Boog?
Do we have anything?
Do you have anything? Did the G.I. Joes reveal anything? Or has it just been all Marvel Legends for the, last little while? It's crazy
just scrolling on Lagos Sting, like there's really nothing.
I guess we could talk about Ramen Toy doing their own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a biggie.
Yeah, they're really sticking it to NECA with this. They're making the exact same thing.
Yeah. And it's modular. So this is, I believe, still up. No, it looks like it's done. The actual pre-order for the real NECA sewer lair is over. People thought, if you guys remember from last couple times we were on the podcast, we were talking about it was a $3.99 sewer lair. It's no longer being sold, but here's the pictures. This pre-order is over. It was $2.99, excuse me, for this sewer lair. We talked about it in the interview with Blaine here on Boog's channel, as far as it being, to scale with like the street scene that they have, and it has the topper, and you can put the thing on top, and you can get 2 and have 1 be the garage for the turtle van, which does fit in here too. But I think large majority of the community, especially after they displayed it at PowerCon, were like, $2.99 is a little bit of a lot, so it's going to be a no from me, dog. And much like when people say Mezco 3 times in a row in a live stream, and I appear on the live chat, Ramen heard a Kickstarter too expensive 3 times, and they said, "All right, we'll get right on it."
It's hilarious, man.
Yeah, it's not fair to say that it was a Kickstarter. It was an open pre-order, but it was at that sort of premium crowdfund price. And Ramen came along and said, "You know what? We can do it for $175. I think maybe $199. I think
realistically, this is what it should have always been. This is the price it should have been."
Mm-hmm. And it is coming along. They're still sort of developing it as we go, but here is just the sewer layer, like bottom portion of it, and you can see how modular it is as far as the different walls you can put on, and 2 different little rooms or whatever, different floor, different pipe options is kind of what they're going for here. Again, not a lot to show quite yet, just more to say like, all right, we're getting on it. We heard it. We heard the demand. We'll be right there. And this is a more recent one as of 2 days ago. And looks like they're doing like their own street scene on top as well, which is kind of cool. This reminds me of the old school like MarvelLegends.net display.
It's funny. I was talking to I forget who it was on the Discord, but like at this point, collectors are what wrestling fans would call marks or smart marks. Like smart marks. Like we know what these things should cost already. Like when these companies play this game where they act like, oh no, you don't understand. It's gonna have to cost this much. Like, dude, we're not stupid. We know what this thing is supposed to cost now. Like we've all been in this game so long, we know. So when you put that shit up for $350, ludicrous, and everybody knew it.
300, and then it'll be more after shipping and all that. But I think the most egregious move was that I think it cost more than the turtle van itself, which is it should have been a sweet spot between the turtle van and the street scene that presumably goes on top if you have it. And that's funny. Say it's already done. They've made their sales, and it's done and dusted. But more to say that that's what people were saying going into it, and why the people who chose to pass on it passed on it. But if you're a Turtles fan and you want an officially licensed, to go with your existing Turtles cartoon collection, which is already pretty damn deep, so I don't know that anyone who's like really being a completist on it is like balking at the price just because of how much sunk cost there is into that specific TMNT already.
Yeah, and it's funny because wasn't it the other way around before, where not to throw shade at anybody, but wasn't it last time that the Super 7 Turtle van was really expensive, but the NECA one was cheaper? Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, but then there was that third-party van that's like already in hands.
Even cheaper, yeah.
Exactly.
It was even cheaper.
It kind of keeps happening, I guess. It wasn't Ramen, but there was that other van. But again, there's that inherent value in someone knowing that it's like officially from the company that makes the ones, that makes the toys that they already have in their collection. And this is just another thing to complete that collection. There's always going to be an inherent value in that. But I think anyone outside of that who's just looking at a play set and it's 300 is like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
Especially again when they've already done what is a taller street scene that is a little bit more modular in terms of it being more than just 3 walls really, and a floor and a.
I mean, we know people that do this for a living, and they were balking at that price and just not able to understand how they could think that anyone would think it was worth $350. I mean, you're telling me that thing is worth the price of a Haslab Sentinel or a Galactus? Like, it's absurd.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing they said with a car. Like, a car is, inherently, yes, it's a big single thing, to put in a mold, but it's not as many individual pieces. So why does it cost more than a figure, which has to have all of these pieces that, also need to be assembled into a working, articulated model, Yeah,
and then
again, like you said, this is because we're smart marks, and I think a lot of people are, hopefully, becoming wise to it, and enough people are like, nah, and that hopefully makes these companies kind of reconsider these prices. But again, the pre-order went off. It wasn't a crowdfund. It was just an open pre-order. So if they made their sales, maybe they figured enough people wouldn't, and that's why the price was so high, because they maybe anticipated selling fewer units. All of that, of course, factors. But hey, it got funded. Finished its pre-order. And anyone who missed out because they thought it was too expensive, here's Ramen as your option.
Ramen.
Yeah. It's looking good. And again, Ramen, no stranger to this already as far as doing, what is this?
The Marshal.
And he's just the Marshal, of course. This set of pilots, and if you happen to get them all, there's an exclusive pre-order, and you get some extra head that could or could not be the Maverick from Top Gun.
The Maverick.
Yeah. Mav Daddy. Hey, the Jurassic Park one didn't work. Well, here's what could be conceived and perceived as a Jurassic Park cake.
A park from the Mesozoic era.
And this is already coming. We've known about this. The Ramen Racer is well underway. So
keeping the face with Ace.
If Ramen is finding their niche and it seems to be resonating with the fans, then can't really fault them for it, for continuing along that trend and giving us this thing.
Well, what have we actually seen though in hand from this newer wave of things that are coming out?
It's all too recent. I don't think we've seen anything.
This stuff was all shown at PowerCon. The Ramen Racer.
No, but he means like to delivery in hand.
The 80s commanders, these guys, which are the Centurions, is what they were kind of based on. Yeah, they've done a few. They've done just head sculpts for the, and these are the head sculpts, in fact, right here, for the Dolph Lundgren, which a lot of people were dissatisfied with from Mattel officially, and even from Super 7. So they just did a set of, on their May shelf shit, they just did a set of actual Dolph Lundgren portraits. So yeah, they've definitely delivered on product before. Here you go. They've delivered on product already. So.
Yeah, I wasn't in love with the way that Ramen Racer looked. We'll see what happens.
I believe that might even be it that they have it in hand.
The pre-orders for that been closed up though, right? That's a wrap. You can't.
Yeah, that's done. It's in It's moving to production, and Brave Star is that whole next thing. So here's a 3-0 figure, which was confusing because 3-0 is a company, but that's the name of this character.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then at PowerCon, they even showed some like in-house designed He-Man stuff of their own, a He-Man and a Skeletor. And, they were just kind of like, hey, Mattel, call us. So, I don't, speaking of bold strategies, Cotton, will that pay off? I wonder what's, Ramen Racer is still taking orders, apparently. There you go. You just don't have
what are they doing there with that Flint? Down one more on your right.
This guy here. Green Beret sculpt. This is for these guys, I think. Aces of Aviation. Sure. Yeah, it's for their Aces of Aviation line.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a couple of the white dudes and then just use them as generic guys for Joes or something like that too.
I mean, you get a nice set of them, all different, but
although they're supposed to be like fighter jet pilots in these suits, and not really like I don't know if you could use them as the helicopter pilots for your Dragonfly or whatever. I don't know how that works. But.
Hey, real quick, SHF just put up a new pre-order for Ryu.
Oh shit!
For Ryu.
Hang on. What's up? No way. Where is it? Pancho, did you lie?
What did he tell you?
Ryu. This is Rohan.
Yeah, I think they're re-releasing their old Ryu, but in a Player 2 outfit.
No, that's Jada.
Oh, that was Jada.
No, it's SHF.
What?
Paternia on Twitter just did it.
Paternia? Well, as somebody leaked a Jada Player 2 the other day.
Yeah. what's it called? We were at shout out. I forgot to say this up the show, but I went to the Toy Migos meetup over the weekend as well on Saturday. June from Jada was there, and I mean, I guess if it's leaked, yeah, he had the Player 2 Ryu in hand. We were messing around with it. Looks great.
I don't know. Calling this thing Player 2 is a stretch. This just looks like a shaded Ryu.
Chun Li's getting re-released too.
The SH. It's go to Paternia's Twitter. There's a Ryu's there, and he's just really
that's
shaded.
Excuse me, it's not Twitter, it's X, dude. Come on.
Chun Li
what
too.
Are we doing here? What are we doing? Wow, they remembered that they had these, huh? That's funny. You know, I think a lot of us thought that this was going to happen when they just started putting them on display again. For no reason.
Tell you what, there's no reason to go back into the SHF stuff.
No, there isn't. Especially
they're not going to go that deep on the roster.
Especially at the price. There's just no reason.
Yep.
Yeah, these things they're calling them Player 2 outfits, but this is bullshit. That Chun Li is just a metallic finish.
No, they're calling them Outfit 2.
Outfit 2, yeah. Ryu is just a shaded, which is nice, you know, because those first ones were a little plain. That Ryu in person was really plain looking. So this does bring out the sculpt a lot, and that Chun Li obviously like metallic blue is always nicer than fucking flat blue.
Yeah.
They do look nicer. I
think overall the colors, both of them, just look a little more like toned down. You know, like they hit them with a little filter, kind of a grainy filter.
Opaque.
Yeah, tone down the colors a little bit. Like even her tights feel like a little more like, you know, maroon than kind of the crimsonish they were before.
I remember back in the day when I first saw this these characters, I thought those were just Chun-Li's legs, and it was just because her legs were so like large that they was trying to make it seem like she was like, I don't know, a horse or some shit. I don't know. I just thought I never thought these were tights at first.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, there's a lot of people that do love this line, so cool that they're re-releasing them. But I think that like that ship has sailed, and everybody moved on, including myself. I don't know. Unless it'd be nice if they started making things from that new game from SF6. That'd be really sick. I'd love that, and that's what they should do, honestly.
Well, maybe they're trying to gauge interest and see if it's worth continuing this line.
Yeah, I mean, there's no money. They didn't have to invest anything, and this is just remolds with different paints, so it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, they still prefer SHF. You know, it's a name that you know, it's a product that you know, so I get it, but you know, I've outgrown you.
Yeah, there's nothing they could really do unless they
No.
double back and make start making the villains the right size. Then there's really no point in them continuing the line.
Yeah.
They missed the opportunity.
Yeah. The sizing on those characters was nutty.
Yep. Terrible.
Never forget that baby Sagat. When I see that thing in pictures, it hurts my soul. Literally looks like a child.
I guess last thing we can mention, Verver quickly. New pre-orders up for Fresh Monkey / BBTS exclusive Operation Monster Force. Got some
Monster Force.
Yeah, how about a rapid reconnaissance unit called Apophis Legion? Zombie soldiers.
Well, I don't know about zombie soldiers, but messed up trooper that's been shot up. Maybe.
Shot up trooper.
Yep.
Shot up head.
Some background stuff.
Yeah, you know, a little pale in the, you know, weirdly. Is that supposed to be like camo skin? Yeah, it's supposed to be like a camo paint over them. Okay, yeah, that could totally work.
Yeah.
Some messed up ass soldiers all chewed up. That's cool that there's like a big piece of the leg missing. You could have another zombie, you know, chomping on him or something. That'd be cool. But yeah, and then this is an accessory pack for the Delta Red, which are the vampires. And this is the Nocturnal Operations Zombie Defense loadout. Look, even a chainsaw attachment for your gun. That is crazy. like an underbarrel chainsaw, like it's Gears of War.
I see.
Pretty cool. There you
There's
go.
nothing new under the sun.
Glad that they're doing this. I'm glad it exists for sure. Sorry, I think there was one more thing I wanted to mention. The latest, we've been speaking of Kickstarters, and there's a new one up that's getting a little bit of the community a buzzing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
some traction.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know what? While you're looking that up, we're not gonna address it this show, just because it's so early. But at the end of this month, Street Humans is going up, so we'll definitely be talking Street Humans. Hopefully, we'll have Russ on the show, to promote and show us what he's got in hand and talk a little bit about it, because there is some changes that he's making, size wise. So yeah, we'll definitely have that at some point.
Yeah, might actually
page before the campaign goes live is up, so you can go and follow that.
I might actually review.
So
yeah, that'd be cool. I'm sure we would line things up properly.
Yeah, absolutely, gotta do it. Good friend of the show.
What's this? Legendari
action figures, a new collectible 6-inch tall action figures made in partnership with the creators of Guardians of the Galaxy. How interesting is that?
I've literally never heard anything about this. Just now.
I learned about it.
70,000. When did this start?
This just started I don't know, a few days ago. It's already over halfway funded. 38 days to go.
What?
Yeah, you gotta get out of the Marvel Legends sun a little bit, Boog. It's hurting your eyes. You're not seeing anything.
Let me see what these look like, though. This doesn't really look like anything I would care about. But let's
these
see.
are definitely going for like a stylized sort of like cosmic looks. There's definitely obviously comparisons being made between this and Cosmic Legions, but same kind of thing. I mean, that is the blueprint, and they even acknowledge Four Horsemen Studios. That is the blueprint for these figure Kickstarters, and as far as swappable parts and all the different things you'll be able to customize on these dudes, the possibilities are there. Pretty good articulation.
You saying that they're endless, or what?
I would say they're nigh infinite. And you got some named characters again, so you can see some of these are sort of based on the same body but decoed differently. You got the Spite Usurper here. Ooh, so spiteful. Oh my. So Void Walker, and these are also going to have soft guns, so cool.
Oh boy.
How about Siberius Kane?
Oh, brother.
Not based on any IP, just dudes who do be liking figures, and they're like, here, this is what we've come up with for.
So you want Siberius?
Figure line. This guy's sick as hell. KL Dark Helm. Oh my. Big Cape. Robot guy. Oh, Kickstarter exclusive. The Gatekeeper. Oh yeah? You like legendary action figures? Name 3 of the figures in this campaign right now. And it can't be Spite Usurper. And then some army builders here. The Crimson Enforcer.
This looks like some Ben 10 shit.
It kind of does, actually. Now that you mention it, it's pretty cool. $25 army builders. That's pretty solid.
What's the tell me the pricing though.
Let's see. Let's take a look at the full campaign here. So you can get the figures are $39 for like the named figures, you can get a 3-pack for $109, 6-pack for $215, 7-pack, which includes, the 7 figures and 1 army builder at an early bird price, which is still ongoing right now. It also includes the digital comic and a bunch of other stuff. The regular price for that being $269. The early bird is $255. I'd rather just pay the extra for the funny sex number, but that's just me. 8-pack is all the named characters, $279. The all-in at the early bird price, $515. That's 15 figures. You get 15 characters from any stretch goal, and that's pretty much one of every character, it seems like, according to this. The regular price for all-in is $525. Ultimate Collection, all of them, everything, plus accessory packs, and it's $655.
Well, think about that in comparison to what we've been talking about on the show this evening. We're talking about the possibility of $300 or so for 5 figures from Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about $515 for 15 figures and some additional accessories and stuff here for Kickstarter.
Even
we're not back in this, man. We're back in Street Humans. Hello? Ever heard of them? Not doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, some fun little addendum. Here's some of the stretch goals here. How about this crazy dude, Quick Jack? Oh my.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling any of these though.
Army builders. I like this guy, the
That
Pale
looks
King.
very Mythic Legions-esque.
Yeah, it's definitely got that slightly more like cartoony art style, I would say.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Not so much
yeah.
as a. They look very much like an old school like toys line, like some small soldiers kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, the
like
Commando Elite.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If you're interested in supporting this, go check out Legendari Action Figures. This is part of Legendari Action Figures, I should say, is the name of like the line, but this specific like incarnation of them right here, I guess, are called the Meta Travelers. So these are all the Meta Travelers. All right. There you go. That's what's going on in the world of Kickstarters.
You did it. All right, we have to top it out. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Let me go first.
Please.
Wait, do we have any super chats before we go that we missed?
Did we miss any super chats?
A quick check of that.
I believe so. No.
Okay.
Unless
hey.
You want to send one in now?
Hey, what's up? Me, Rick from the podcast. You know, from the podcast. And we'll be here Friday. The Friday show is probably going to be very Hasbro oriented. I don't doubt that we're just going to talk fucking Haslab for like 3 hours. So.
If we didn't already, today.
If we didn't. Yeah, it's funny. We didn't even reveal it yet, and we talked about it for like an hour. So
yeah,
get ready because everything is Haslab Friday.
Might not even matter by Friday.
Yeah, that's the funniest part. It might be completely worthless fucking talk. So watch this episode while you can, because it's gonna date itself pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it might age like a fine wine or a moldy cheese.
Catch me here on the podcast Wednesday, Fridays, or on Instagram. Don2345. I'm finding things. I'm posting that fucking Metallica shirt tomorrow to show off, because I'm a show off.
Can you please? I want to see it.
Yeah. Whoever's next is next.
Hey, what's up? I'm Fabio. My friends call me Fobster. Usually on the internet is where they call me that. And you can follow me on Instagram, Fobster360. I might post some photos. You could also follow me on subscribe on YouTube, where I'm also Fobster360. And you can stay tuned for some videos that I think I'm going to get back to making content pretty soon. Once I get the toy room all set up, I might document the process a little bit. Get ready to do that. Still working on the vlog because it's become more of an undertaking than I hopefully I wanted originally. But I just keep thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this to and do that, and it might be too much. So I'll get that vlog out at some point, probably before I like move rooms entirely. And then I'll probably be documenting either through streams or some sort of produced video the process of getting the room set up. Be cool to have the community along while I just like post figures and start putting them in displays at home, and build the toy room. And I think that could be a fun thing to just hang out and do. If you were more of the video gaming variety, go follow me twitch.tv/Fobster360, where I'll be streaming Baldur's Gate, probably right after this, because we started our new campaign. We already finished our 116-hour original campaign. All those videos are up if you're down to watch that for some reason. You could at least watch the end of the game if you'd like, the final like fight or whatever. Follow me on Twitch, Fobster360, Baldur's Gate. That's it. That's all I do.
Well, all right. I'm just going to be waiting for Friday. We'll have the final reveal for the Legends Haslab, and then we'll be doing the show later in the night. So we'll be talking about it. I'm sure that there will be some other things dropping for other companies and stuff as well in the next 48 hours. So we'll have a bit more to talk about. Is this Mezco Ramen supposed to be shipping this month?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
I don't even think we're close.
Not with the Void Cadet and 2 other things like currently shipping right now. I'd say.
Okay.
Gotham by Gaslight will probably be first, if anything.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be soon.
All right. Well, I don't got to worry about that. I do have a few other things on my pile of loot I want to get. I'll have all 3 SHF Spiderman shortly. That effect set from SHF started showing up for people too.
Yeah, the Goku effect set.
Yes. All right, so yeah, I'll be dealing with that stuff in the next 24 hours. And I do have a couple of more quick bites coming out too. So I think one will drop tomorrow with Trav, actually, I think. So yeah, and then I'll actually be
toy kind of mood.
Yeah, and then I'll actually be on a toy kind of mood. Maybe not this Saturday, but maybe the following Saturday. So yeah, I'll try to line it up where his quick bite drops before I go on the show. But yeah, that's it. All right, follow me on Instagram, Boog_A.C.B.A. And P would say something like, Series 72 of Dynamic Dusties are coming. So
those damn Dusties, baby. And fuck that guy that copied his Dusties. I fucking hate you.
Oh yeah, somebody's starting to bootleg Poncho stuff. So
I hate you.
Okay.
Oh wow,
I hate you.
The fucking irony of that, huh?
Bum. What a bum. I hate him.
All right, I guess we're not going to say his name, but y'all can tell me off the air.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't give him the satisfaction.
No. Just know that Rick hates.
Give you his home address though.
Yeah,
y'all want that?
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for the super chats, and we will talk to you guys on Friday. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace. I don't even know if we actually get it off the show right now.